Man, I absolutely love this figure. It's great. Like, I love the series. If only I could get Alpha. Hello everyone, this is Inferno Zero, and today I am back with another review. And I just want to say a quick thanks to my friends on the Tokusatsu Instagram chat and Discord that I was recently invited to for helping me find a great website to save big on this figure. He's awesome, and I'll explain why. And if you're wondering what that website is, it's called Mandarake. I am not sponsored. I am never going to get a sponsor. But I still just want to say, it's a great store that I saved, around $100 on this guy. And I'll get into why. But first off, let's look at the box. So, if you couldn't guess, Amazon Alpha is similar to the Amazon Omega review, which I figure I reviewed way back when. And if you haven't seen that video, I suggest you go check it out. I got help from another friend. We have the nice red and black box, perfectly mixed together. We get a nice Alpha. And this is one of those boxes that you can see the figure in. And if you look closely, there's some words, "Open your Amazons," which I absolutely love. This guy bleeds onto this side, which is another thing, is instead of being on the left side, he's on the right side, which I actually quite like. We get his name up there with SH Figuarts. We get some nice details on the back. And we get his name again and another picture of him. So overall, again, the box is normally as what we review. So let's move past that and go right into the figure. So first, some backstory on this character. This is the secondary from Season 1 of Kamen Rider Amazons, the 2016 version. And he is my favorite character from the show. The reason because his character is well developed. He is a psychopath who, unlike the other hero, he just loves murdering and stabbing the bad guys. And his suit looks amazing. His character is an old hunter who's been hunting down Amazons for years, who actually had to sacrifice his own humanity to kill all the Amazons. And start off, you can see this guy is an old hunter with all the nicely painted scars across his body, on his chest, on his shoulders, even his legs. It's a nice design that they perfectly executed. Even in the head, you get some nice scars. This figure just great for the eyes. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Besides the scar detail, the sculpt and painting on this guy is excellent. The whole figure is painted in this metallic silver and red with glossy black. And the sculpting is pretty awesome. He looks edgy. He looks... I don't want to say a word because I know YouTube will not like it, but he just looks so cool. But the only downside that I would say about this figure, about the sculpt, is he's just too sharp. I mean, the blades on his arms, the blade on his back, the spikes on his head, even the blades on his feet, and these little, points, very sharp. Also, for detail that, show that this guy's been fighting for, a long time, his driver, unlike the Kamen Rider Amazon Omega, is a lot more worn out and dirty to show that he's been through some tough fights. And also this is the exact same driver, except this piece right here is flipped over, which is really, I kind of like it. It shows that they're using the same driver, yeah, but there's still a difference between them. Also, another thing I love about is the head sculpt. This is based on the original Kamen Rider Amazon from the Showa, which is a good show like Kamen Rider Amazons. There's less and more, if you can understand that reference or joke. So like I really like how they made his like head like the original Amazon to give a little homage to the original series, which is always appreciated. Also, I really like how like the silver like blends into the red. It's really nice. It really pops on the figure, which is always appreciated. Also, the painting on this guy is actually opposites to Kamen Rider Omega. The red and green are swapped with both figures, but yet they have some highlights, such as like the black and the silver. Although the silver on this figure is the armlet. And another thing about this figure that's really nice is all the detail like makes this guy look epic in any like posability he has. Which is why we'll jump into the articulation. His head can move up and down, although it's kind of limited to these pieces right here with such a big head. He can look side to side. He has like that little chicken neck or double ball joint. And his shoulder pads on the ball joints and a hinge, so that way it can move out that far. His arm can do a 360. He has a bicep swivel. And so does his gauntlet, which is actually different from Omega. Omega's gauntlet, from my figure, doesn't rotate. So on this, it's kind of cool that you can rotate his gauntlets in case you want to get some poses out of it. His hands on like the ball joint and hinge joint, which can be rotated. He can lean back that far and crunch that far. His driver doesn't really have any like posability besides ripping this out, which is worthless in this mode. His legs can shift down. He can kick that far and kick back that far. He has a pretty good spread. Double jointed knee. And by the way, like just like the Amazon Mega review, this guy's knee piece does fall off, so be careful with that. Previously mentioned like spiky legs. His foot is on a hinge joint, but can't really move that good on mine. And we have a pivot and a toe bend. For pose articulation, it is quite good, like standard for SH figuarts, and he can balance pretty well, as you can see right here. I've been trying to practice balancing a little bit more, and for size comparisons, he is just standard for SH figuarts. For size comparisons, here we have it next to the Funko Lord Draken, Hell Rising Progress Key, my recent SH figuarts, the Kamen Rider Cross Evil. Leave a like if you want him to be in the next review. It is a pretty cool figure. And to make this a fair comparison, here we have it next to the Kamen Rider Amazon Omega. So as you see, like these two are like the same size, except Omega has like a little bit bigger head spike on the back of his head. And I just gotta say this right now, it is awesome to have both Alpha and Omega together. They look so well together that it's too bad that Omega has the most accessories out of both sets. For accessories, you get the normal hands, you get the closed fists, you get some, like, 2 different pairs of grabby hands. One that I think is made for the dagger that comes with Kamen Rider Omega, and a little bit of a looser, like, hand, which I think could go with, like, Omega's spear. You get some open hand, you get some clawed hands, like he's gonna rip someone in half, stab someone, or, do what he normally does. For the last of hands, you get some normal open hand or spread hands. And the final accessory is like Omega, you get a slash effect, which I always appreciate figure effects, especially with Kamen Riders. And just like Omega, this guy, it could slide into his fins on his arms, but also slide into the fins on his back and his feet if it wants to work. For me, alright, the feet like not so much right now, but I was able to fit it like on there. Oh, there. That opens a whole new world of possibilities in case you want to do some awesome poses. And plus, like the fact that like this effect fits so well, but unlike Omega, he does not come with any weapons. So this feature on the belt, which I reviewed last time in Omega, he doesn't have any like weapons. He doesn't have like the sickle or like scythe or even like that whip he Omega had that comes with the bike set, the Amazon Jungler, which is kind of a letdown because this figure, like, he doesn't use weapons that much in like the show or movie, but having him without it is kind of a little bit of a letdown, especially since we had like Omega with this. So these like grabby hands are kind of useless with Omega, but it's alright because they look so well together. Overall, this figure is awesome. I highly recommend it to anyone that loves Kamen Rider or loves Kamen Rider Amazons or just loves like awesome like anti-heroes that like fight for justice but do it in their own twisted evil ways. I always love that. And I want to say thank you again for my friends on the chats and Discord for informing me again about the website Mandarake. And in case you're wondering, I got this guy for $52, which on other websites it's over $100. And another thing is there is another version of this figure from season 2 with white eyes, which you could probably guess what happens if you watch earlier in the review. Anyway, like, thank you all for watching. I hope you'll enjoy the video. Like and subscribe. And also, I've joined another channel, which I'll leave the link in, which I'll also be posting there. And if you're watching it on that channel, I'm not going to plug myself again. Like, I'm not doing that. Thank you for inviting me. Please don't kick me out. So anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you'll enjoy. And see you guys next time. This is Inferno Zero signing out.